Chapter 5. The Hunter's Lesson. Dylan's boots sank into the Bloodwild's mire, the jungle's stench of rusted iron and damp rot clogging his lungs. Twisted trees loomed, their pitted bark oozing green glowing sap that hissed where it hit the ground. Knotted vines swayed, their tips dripping acid that burned small holes in the earth. Fungi pulsed, yellow, their light flickering like dying stars, and the air thrummed with a low, bone-deep hum, punctuated by screeches that made Dylan's skin crawl. His shoulder wound ached, his starry scars itched under tattered clothes, and the broken sword was worthless, but it was all he had. Eryndor was a fevered dream he couldn't wake from, and every step toward the hermit Corran felt like wading deeper into madness. Veyr led, a coiled shadow in weathered leathers, his tattooed hands flexing as he scanned the jungle. Dylan followed, fear gnawing his gut, Veyr's words from the last lesson, overcome fear or die, ringing like a death knell. Veyr's voice cut through the hum, low and sharp. "Bloodwild's no place for daydreams, boy. You're walking through a butcher's yard. Listen or you'll meet." He gestured at the jungle, his chipped amulet glinting. "This place breeds things that'd make shadow biters look cuddly. Thorn skulls, boar-like bastards, spines sharp as blades, charge anything that moves. Blind but hear a heartbeat from 50 paces, like a drunk brawler, all rage, no thought. Then there's glint weaves, spider things, size of dogs, spin webs that cut like wire. They play dead, lure you in, then gut you and drink your insides, deceptive like a smiling traitor. And marrow vipers, snakes long as a man, venom melts your bones. They coil in the mire, strike when you're close, patient like a curse sealed in stone. Step wrong and you're done." Dylan's stomach twisted, his eyes darting to every shadow. "Jesus, everything here wants to kill me. How do you even live in this?" Veyr snorted, kicking a pulsing fungus into the mire. "You don't live, you survive. Bloodwild's got no mercy, same as the rest of Eryndor. Learn its rules or it carves you up." He stopped, turning, his posture taut like a drawn bow. "Time for a lesson. You're no fighter, but you'll learn to hunt. Stealth, not strength. Kill clean or don't kill at all." Dylan's grip tightened on the broken sword, panic flaring. "Kill? What, like those thorn skulls?" "Not yet, half-wit." Veyr's mouth twitched, a grim half-smile. "Smaller prey, 3 kills, silent, no fuck-ups. Each one's different. Move wrong, you're caught, maybe dead. Watch their habits, their senses. They're like men you'll face one day." He pointed into the jungle. First, a duskling, bird-like, quick, skittish. Keen eyes hears a twig snap, like a jumpy scout. Second, a goramite, beetle thing, armored, smells blood from a mile, aggressive like a thug. Last, a slithe lizard, blends into the mire, waits for you to pass, cunning like a spy. Move silent, strike surgical, take a life only if you must. Be surgical, not savage. Dylan's heart pounded, the jungle's thrum mocking him. "Surgical? I can't even swing this thing right." "Then learn," Veyr growled, tossing him a leather wrap with a crude knife, its blade nicked but sharp. "Sword's too loud for this. Knife only." Go. Dylan fumbled the knife, his hands slick with sweat. Veyr melted into the jungle, watching from some unseen perch, leaving Dylan alone with his own fear. He crouched, the mire sucking at his knees, and scanned for the duskling. A flicker of movement caught his eye, a small, feathered creature, its scales shiny like oil, perched on a vine. Its eyes darted, head twitching at every sound. Dylan crept forward, heart hammering, but his boots snapped a twig. The duskling shrieked, vanishing in a blur of wings. He cursed, Veyr's voice echoing in his head. "Surgical!" not savage. Next, he spotted a goramite, its carapace gleaming like black iron, mandibles clicking as it scuttled through the mire. It reared, sensing him, and Dylan froze, knife trembling. He lunged, too slow, and the beetle charged, forcing him to dive aside. Its mandibles grazed his arm, drawing blood before it burrowed away. Dylan's breath came in gasps, shame burning. He was fucking this up, proving Veyr right, worthless, weak. The slithe was worse. He didn't see it until too late, a shimmer in the mire, then a whip-fast strike. Its claws raked his leg, shallow but stinging before it slithered off. Dylan collapsed, knife slipping, his body shaking. He'd failed every move, loud, clumsy, pathetic. Veyr stepped from the shadows, his amulet dull in the fungal light, his eyes cold with disgust. "Fucking disgrace," Veyr said, voice like a whip. "You're not hunting, you're flailing. Those creatures, they're alive, same as you. Got habits, fears. You didn't watch, didn't think. You dishonor their lives with your sloppiness." Dylan's face burned, blood dripping from his leg. "I tried, okay? I'm not you. I'm not some killer." Veyr crouched, his tattooed hands steady, voice low and hard. "You think I was born this? Fear ruled me once, same as you, but I learned. Every kill's a weight. Take a life, you do it clean with respect, because it's necessary. Not because you're a savage. Those beasts, they're like men, scouts, thugs, spies. Understand them, and you'll understand your enemies. Ignore them, and you're dead, torn apart because you were too weak to care." Dylan's throat tightened, Veyr's words cutting deeper than the slithe's claws. Weak, worthless. The robber's laughter, the brunette's sneer, they surged back, but Veyr's lesson hit harder. Killing wasn't just violence, it was a choice, a burden. He nodded, voice barely a whisper. I'll try." "Trying's not enough," Veyr said, standing. "Do better, or Corrin will be reading your corpse instead of your scars." He gestured into the jungle, toward the hermit's lair. "Bloodwild's got worse than biters and bugs. We move quiet. Stay sharp. You fuck up again, I won't save you." Dylan hauled himself up, clutching the knife, his leg stinging and his pride in shreds. The jungle's green glowing sores and pulsing fungi seemed to mock him. But Veyr's words, surgical not savage, stuck. He wasn't a hunter, not yet. But the thought of dying here, a failure, was worse than trying. Corrin was their goal, a chance to unravel the starry scars and why Eryndor had claimed him. He followed Veyr, the jungle's thrum a constant threat, his fear, a shadow he'd have to face. Veyr glanced back, his riveted leathers creaking. This kid was a walking disaster, softer than a merchant's son, but his scars and that drug talk nagged at Veyr's instincts. Teaching him was like carving stone with a spoon, but the Bloodwild didn't care for excuses. If Dylan could learn empathy, even for a duskling, he might learn to survive. Corrin's hut was close, and answers or blood waited